Okay. I can't even begin to tell you how bad I am at this because I keep filming while I am not filming. So now I know I'm filming, we'll just kind of start from where I was supposed to be. So yogurt, we all love it. So I learned how to make yogurt from my coworker Nita, who is from India. She told me that they make it like every day. They make quite a bit of it. So I trust her expertise like more than anybody else's. And she also gave me cultures to start my own yogurt, which by cultures, all that means is old yogurt. So super easy. If you don't have like someone's homemade yogurt, get out of here, cat. My cat is like gonna knock over my tripod. I'll kill you. I won't. I love you too much. That's not the one that threw up, by the way. That's the other cat. I only have two, so I'm not like a crazy cat person. So anyways, cultures. Cultures, if you don't need somebody's homemade yogurt to get cultures. If you buy yogurt and it says on the ingredients cultures or cultured cream or cultured milk, that's totally fine. You only need like a tablespoon, 2 to 3 tablespoons. I started with 1. Cat. No. What an attention whore. 2 to 3 tablespoons to actually get the cultures to kind of proliferate in the yogurt. So I just have a little bit left over from my last batch. That's usually how most people are going to make yogurt. You need a measuring cup with 4 cups of milk. The milk that I use, this is the one time it's okay to use ultra pasteurized milk. I'm so bougie. I use grass-fed milk just because I feel like the cows are treated a little bit better. That's just my choice. If you want to use Kemp's or Dean's or Roundy's brands, or whatever they're called, no, I don't remember anymore, Kroger, you can use them. Those will totally work fine. I do find with making cheese, those milks do not work because they claim pasteurized, which is a great thing. All milk that is sold in stores is pasteurized. And it is legal to buy unpasteurized here in Wisconsin, but it's kind of like behind the scenes, and you have to go to local farms in order to do it. And then, I don't know, you might even have to sign a waiver, but that's a newer law. So I just happen to use this stuff. Doesn't matter the kind of milk that you use, just use milk that you like or you have. So 4 cups of that in the pot. Alexa, stop. She's rude. She's also wanting attention. The other thing I use, this is optional, but because this is Wisconsin, I bought a thermos just for making yogurt. So you could put it in a bowl, and what my coworker told me is that she just puts it in her oven for a while overnight, and that it takes about 7 hours from when you add the cultures into it to put into the bowl or put into until it's like yogurt. But I use this guy, and one thing that I do with this is I heat water, a fair amount of water. It's already starting to boil. And I put it in here while this process is going, so it heats up the thermos and it keeps it kind of at a warmer temp. A little bit warmer temps will sometimes, not enough to kill the bacteria and the enzymes and everything that's in the cultures. It won't kill them, but it kind of makes things go a little bit quicker. Actually, my cream cheese is probably to the point that it needs to be strained out because it's looking pretty good right now. So I put this in that. But anyways, that's an extra step if you want to do it. So I'm heating the milk up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Anytime you make cheese, you'll always need a quick temp thermometer because you're always temping, making sure the milk is you need it to the temperature you want. 180 degrees is just to boiling, so you'll be able to actually see that it is going. I have it on medium heat, not medium high. I'm at 104, so I have a bit of time before it's going to actually start getting to that point. Milk will form a skin, but while it's starting to get to that warmer temp and boiling, totally fine. Don't freak out about it. You can take it out if you want. You don't have to take it out. It's not going to like kill you or anything. So you heat it to 180 degrees, and that's what we're doing right now. So we'll be back at 180 degrees, and then I'll kind of talk about what to do after that. So. Okay, this is actually really quickly happening. So we're very close to the 180, as you kind of can see. My manual isn't set. You can kind of see like rippling happening. And skin forming. That's really normal. I think we hit it too. Let me see. 185 is the high end of what you're supposed to get at. Okay. We're most certainly there. So you kind of can see that there's like a skin forming on that. That's usually one of the best giveaways that you've gotten pretty much to boiling with yogurt or with milk. Let's move it. And that stuff's totally fine. You don't have to like really worry a ton about the skin on there. You kind of can, if you will. You do see the texture once you're actually, you know, done with the yogurt. But it's, to me, I don't think it's an unpleasant thing. So this is, I should also mention, this is unsweetened yogurt. And let's temp the milk. And we're at like just the target range. The range is 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, as to which to add the cultures to the milk. We're at 109. Whatever, we're fine. It's 109.9. So it's good enough for me, and it better be for these cultures. So there's the hot water that I have here in the thermos, just keeping it toasty. I'm going to dump it. Then what I'm going to do, this is pure laziness that I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to ladle some of this milk. Well, it's not pure laziness. You do have to like mix it differently. So I'm just going to ladle some of the milk in here. Well, yes, it is a takeout container. I'm trying to cut back on plastic, and I'm going to use my tiny whisk and kind of break up the yogurt into the milk. Woo! Whisking! In this house we whisk with the tiny little baby whisk. So we're doing that. We're doing it. We're doing it. I try, you know, if you get like little clumps in there, it's not the end of the world, but I'm going to try to do just a little bit better. Normally I would put it in like a whole other bowl, but less dish, man, less dish. This is professional whisking. Like, never has there ever been a better whisker than me. It's sort of congealing it now. Not that I actually think that's enough, you know, the case. So then you dump it into the milk, the warm milk. And the cultures are what are gonna acidify the milk. It doesn't separate curds and whey quite like cheese, but it does actually, there is a byproduct of whey in here, which I strain out. So it makes the yogurt a little bit more dense, so it's more like Greek yogurt. So just mix it a bit. The hardest things in life, right? Whisking milk. It smells too just like warm milk, and it won't start smelling like yogurt until like, I don't know. I never really opened it up, but I'm assuming the 5-ish hour mark. So, tappity, tap, 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 tap. And then we're just going to throw it in the thermos. Normally yogurt's like, I think the serving size is a half a cup. So, it'll be 8 servings of yogurt. I usually serve as about that much. And I could tell you some really good toppings for this. If you make like a compote, it's so good. And I sweeten mine with honey. I don't use sugar. Dun, da, da, da. We are technically can be done with. The yogurt's done. It's been about 7 hours. I started around 3 o'clock. It is 10:56 because I don't sleep. And yeah, so you could stop right now, put it in the fridge, the yogurt in the fridge, and you'd be good to eat it once it chilled. Then you can add whatever you want to it, sugar, honey, fruit, whatever, granola, do whatever you want. But I like to do this extra step, which is straining it, because there is, you're going to see it as I pour it out. It is thick. It is definitely, if I can open that, it is thick, but there is a lot of whey in it, so it is kind of watery. What I like to do is I take a strainer, which I use a lot, and cheesecloths, and because I don't have any butter muslin right now, it's all being used for the cream cheese. So I like to get out of here, you are not allowed. So I like to strain it overnight in the fridge. So just gonna dump it in here. It is very runny. Oh, there's not a bottom, so I need a spoon. Or a spatula. Or a sorted utensil. But it smells kind of sour. The longer you let it sit in... Okay, we're good. The longer you let it sit in the warm container, the more tart it's going to get, because it's just breaking down more sugars, becoming more acidic, and whey, which you did see a little bit in there. There's a little bit of whey in there. So what I'm draining now is just whey. I just don't like the taste of it. I like thicker yogurt myself anyways. So I'm just going to let that drain. I'm probably going to dump it before I put it in the fridge, because I find it actually does drain quite a bit of whey. But it smells, this does not smell like the cream cheese. The cream cheese whey is really acidic. This is a lot sweeter. It smells like yogurt, an unsweetened yogurt, so it's kind of milky. But I don't mind the smell a terrible amount. So this is just optional second step. You can eat yogurt the way it is after it's been refrigerated. You probably don't want I don't like lukewarm yogurt, but you could eat it now. I'm just doing the extra step. So if you wanted kind of looser yogurt, you're good to go. This is just an extra step. So tomorrow I'll bring it out. You can kind of see the difference of what it looks like now, which is kind of soupy and jello-y, versus like the much denser Greek yogurt-like style. So we'll see it tomorrow. All right. So we're done. We're done with the yogurt. We're done with the yogurt. This is, again, optional if you wanted to strain it. I personally like thicker Greek style yogurt. So if not, then you can just have eaten it at the point that it's cold. So this is how much whey ended up being drained. And I did dump a little bit. So I would say 2.5 cups whey drained out. So this is going to be really dry yogurt. But I'm cool with that because I like dry yogurt. Now, when you're going to be making, it is still a little bit of whey in there, which is fine. If you're making yogurt, again, you're like, oh, I love this. I'm going to keep doing this. This is all great stuff and blah, 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 blah. Just save 2 tablespoons of this, and that's your culture for your next go around. So I'm going to pull off this. And you're going to see now how it was really soupy, as yogurt is. And now it's less soup. Now it's a lot... this is going to look more funny enough since the cream cheese is done, and I'm going to pull that down too. This looks kind of like cream cheese, but I personally love that with yogurt. So just put it in a container of your choice. And it's all good. Do a little swirly swirl because you want to look fancy pants. It's funny, I've done recipes for like tzatziki where you have to strain Greek yogurt, and the whey, I don't know if it's whey, because sometimes I think it's stabilizers that make yogurt, which is what low-fat yogurt really is. I don't think it's really cultured. That whey is not this color. This is like normal whey color. It's normally cloudy, so it's kind of weird to me. I kind of gotten freaked out recently with the low fat trends when I've been making my own stuff and seeing what it looks like when I make it, like this lovely urine colored yellow and the milky stuff that comes off store-bought. So I like kind of, it could be cultures that are different, or it could be that there were stabilizers put in and that's milk fat also leaving. But yeah, there you go. Homemade yogurt, as if you were, I can't think of a yogurt brand, Yoplait themselves. Delicious yogurt. It's so good too, honestly. This is like the best. If you want it more tart, let it sit a little bit longer in the heated element or whatever is keeping it warm. If you like it kind of mild, pull it a little sooner. But that's it. Good job. You made yogurt.